Hi all, good evening. A very warm welcome to all of you. This is the Peak Performance Program. This is the inaugural discussion of the daily answers which are a part of a program component called the Anatomy of a Good Answer. This is an initiative which I, Sachin Arora, am running for my students. Most of the students are, I feel, in my around 15 years of teaching experience are at a particular level, and they have a peak somewhere at this level. Most of the time, because they are not practiced or they are not given the right evaluation, they continue to stay stuck at the level which they are. Through this initiative Peak Performance, we will be looking at how students can reach their peak performance and clear civil services examination. There are many components to this program. I am not talking about those components today. If you want to know about those components, you can very well join in the Telegram channel, which is named as PPP for CSE. On this program, we are talking about anatomy of a good answer. How a good answer is written. Another component is anatomy of a good essay. But today I am only talking about answers. Under this program, I am taking daily answer writing. And in daily answer writing, 2 questions are asked. If I may show you, 2 questions are asked. So the first day question was on 29th December. These 2 questions are of different level. One is for the beginners. The beginners are supposed to write on a very elementary question, and mostly my expectation with their answers is a little low. I am okay with them writing superficial. I am okay with errors in structure, errors in language, errors in content, but I am not okay with their level of integrity being down. So they must do a serious, sincere attempt at writing, and obviously they will be given feedback. All copies are evaluated by a teacher. I will be evaluating them personally. I don't give it to my students because at times it so happens students evaluating they themselves do not really know what the exam is about, or they do not have the wisdom which a teacher carries with years, decades of understanding and looking at the examination. Our conversations with the evaluators from UPSC tell us what are the standards and how the student needs to be pushed for that. So I'll be checking all those questions, and for this beginner level, I expect a very elementary question. So students who are beginners, I would recommend they do only question 1. Students who have read the basic textbooks like NCERTs or probably the basic reference books for GS or their optional subject also can definitely be taken as exam ready students. Some of them have also attended some of the coaching classes, have been preparing for probably a couple of years, maybe have given an attempt or 2 also, but still are not able to reach their peak performance. They are invited to take on the next question, which is a challenging one. This second set of students, I expect them to have a lot of understanding and depth in their answer. Their answer should not just be written to write an answer just for the sake of writing. Their answer should be in a position to compel the examiner to give them more marks. So with this intention, I have created Anatomy of a Good Answer. You will get to know more about it if you join the channel. So once again, the invite for that is there. Today, I will be talking about those answers. And in this discussion, I don't just want to talk about or give some gyan about what these things are. See, answer writing is not just about books or notes. In fact, an answer writing begins when the books end. So books are content, internet is content, notes are content, but all that digested content turns into an answer. So this initiative of daily answer writing is looking at your ability to convert your content, your information into an answer. And we'll be looking at whether we are able to convert that or not. So this is a question: explain global climate change, its causes and consequences. Students who have not written this answer, who just come here out of curiosity, I want to give you a 30-second peek into this. This process is called brainstorming. So I would want everyone to brainstorm what can be the answer. I also want to tell you that in this discussion, this question number 1 for beginners, I will not go in depth of that. I will just be giving you an overview of that and a couple of samples so that you not only know what was to be written, you also get to know how it was to be written. And I will give my answer also. So I just want to give you 30 seconds. Let us see. 30 seconds. If you can think on that, everyone. Just 30 seconds if you can keep a paper with you and then think. It will really be empowering for you. So 30 seconds are over. 30 seconds are over. Thank you for thinking. And if you are a student who has already written this answer, and I want to tell you today, I got nearly 100 plus copies for this answer, for 29th December answer. And it is my promise that on that very day, all the copies will be evaluated and returned. And I would really expect that all the students participating to optimize from this initiative, which is absolutely free for all of you. You should be giving your best, and for that I have given a simple technique. Before you sit down to write an answer, you read something. Now when I tell this to students, students tend to waste 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours doing research on that topic. No, that should not be done. 30 minutes of focused reading on the topic. Say for example, this is global climate change and its causes and consequences. Just open up an internet article or probably a note which you might have, or from a standard book. Know what is it, what are its causes, what are its consequences. That's information for you. Keep it aside. Do not exceed 30 minutes. If you exceed 30 minutes, it is going to take a lot of time, then the whole purpose is defeated. Then give yourself some gap, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maximum 30 minutes. Now that knowledge is getting to go consolidated. Then you should write an answer. In the real examination, you will get 7 to 8 minutes to write an answer. But since this is a time where you are building your capacity, I would suggest that you can go for 10 minutes. But nothing more than 10 minutes. So that is what we are looking at. Now let us look at this question. So explain global climate change. So world, the climate change is happening. You have to explain it. You have to give the causes. You have to give the consequences. I think the demand of the question is, what is this, why, and how this is happening, and its impacts. 3 aspects are there. And since this is a very basic level, I want to bring something to your notice, everyone. Most of the students write that this is a change in atmosphere. The temperature is increasing. They also write that there are, like extreme weather events happening. They also write, like probably cyclones are increasing, something like that. I want to tell you, most of the students are making a mistake when they do not understand what is a climate system. Climate system is a big thing, so you must first address this. What is a climate system? You will be surprised that climate system is not atmosphere alone. Not atmosphere alone. Then what is it? Okay, let me show you. This is climate system. Climate system is atmosphere. Climate system is cryosphere. Climate system is lithosphere. Climate system is hydrosphere. Climate system has even life, biosphere. So it is about all the spheres. So if on land we see desertification, it is a manifestation of climate change. If in atmosphere I see extreme weather event, that is also climate change. If in hydrosphere I experience rise in mean sea level, that is also climate change. And if in the biosphere I see species or biodiversity loss, that is also climate change. So what we are looking at is, when climate change is asked, we must say that climate change, when we are talking about it, it is a change in the climate system. It is a change in the climate system, which is an integration of 5 subsystems: lithosphere, atmosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, and the last one which I forgot, cryo. Cryo means cold, frozen. Cryosphere, say for example, glacier melt. polar ice caps melt. So that's going to be what is climate change. I am going to explain. So first of all, since the question is explain global climate change, I need to tell what it is. So there should be a para attending to that. Now, if I go back to that, why does it happen? Why does it happen? I'm very simple on that it happens because of natural causes. Nature causes it because of natural causes. Climate change is not a new thing. It has been happening since time immemorial. Since the atmosphere was created, since then things have been changing. Why has it been there? So it is because of Earth's orbital motion. Orbital motion. There was a Serbian, I would say, climatologist or meteorologist. His name was Milutin Milankovic. So his cycles are called Milankovic cycles. Sir, I don't know about these cycles. I said 30 minutes of reading. 30 minutes of reading, please do that. Second is volcanic eruptions. Volcanic eruptions give out so much of carbon dioxide, dust and other gases, they can do that. Third one is sunspot theory. Sunspot theory. If you know about it, it's good. If you do not know about, that's something for you to find out. And another thing is even lithospheric dynamics, plate tectonics can also do that. 4 natural reasons. What are the next category? The human, we call them the anthropogenic region. So human beings have done that. In this, I would say all the things which have led to the increase of greenhouse gases or global warming. So we are looking at burning fossil fuels through our factories, through our vehicles. Even deforestation and burning wood is causing many things. So these greenhouse gases which are increasing, especially carbon dioxide, is creating a lot of global warming. Other than that, there are gases like methane, gases like nitrous oxide, which are increasing, human created greenhouse gases which are increasing. So that aspect you have to do. And please remember, the question is explain, don't just write down. Do we get that? So one component is, number 1 is this, number 2 is the causes, and third is the consequences. Now I want to tell you everyone, let us think about it. Consequences are infinite. Consequences are infinite. When the consequences are infinite, that means this answer can never be completed. This answer can never be completed because there are infinite consequences. Many of them we don't even know. Even spread of diseases are a part of it. So how do we make something which is infinite into a finite entity? A simple way is using broad headings. So consequences, where will it happen? Well, it will happen in the system itself. So lithosphere. On the lithosphere, consequences are happening. They are happening in the atmosphere also. They are happening in the hydrosphere also. They are happening in the biosphere also. They are happening in the cryosphere also. What are they? Example are these. We have already looked at that. Land degradation and desertification is happening. Atmosphere extreme weather events, cyclones, their frequency is increasing. Droughts and heavy rains, cloudbursts are happening. Hydrosphere, when we are looking at, mean sea level is increasing. Ocean acidification is happening. Species loss is happening. Very much, we can also include points like invasive species are attacking. Transboundary pests like grasshoppers in swarms, which are called locust. The locust attack which you heard of in 2020, just around the period of lockdown and when the summers was there, just before the monsoon, that was also a very big manifestation of climate change, that their activity increased in this. Cryosphere, you already know of what is happening in the glacier melt. As I said that I will not be talking much about this. I will just be telling about this. So any student who was writing this should have done this. So this is my answer number 1. Now I want to add something to this. If we are looking at this, whatever I have told you, some of you knew this, some of you did not know this, but this is not the answer. This is not the answer. This was to be written in 200 words for 10 marks for 10 minutes. I have not talked about anything special or anything big in this. The big lies in doing that, sitting down and writing it. So, if I was to write this answer, let me go out of the screen and let me give you how I would have written this answer. So, if I was to write this answer, I will take 2 pages. These are my 2 pages. If I were to write this answer, let me come on the screen now. So, if I were to write this answer, first I will establish the context of this question. So, what is happening? Climate change is not only threatening the human existence, but the entire life on planet Earth, therefore must examine its nature, cause, consequence. This is called the introduction. So, introduction is context creation. Then I would come to the content of this answer. Content of this answer is that I would want to talk about the what of it. So, what is climate change? So, I would talk about the system. It is a system: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere. And I will draw a diagram also. Remember, diagram of a system if you are looking for marks. It is not just about writing. I am telling you, one is writing an answer, other is getting your peak performance. You have to hit that peak performance. If that is not happening, the matter is just about writing. This is not university exam. Then what I will do is, then I will go into causes. And in causes, I will be talking about natural causes and human causes. I will be talking about this, and I will also make a diagram. So, what diagram are we going to make into this? Oh, you do not know much about it. Milankovitch cycle. Milankovitch cycle is a big diagram whereby Earth's orbit around the Sun can be elliptical, can be circular. Earth's tilt of the axis, which is 23.5, can be different also. So, this is the tilt of the axis, this is the orbital motion. I can very well do that, some diagram to illustrate that, and the human part also will be coming. Then I will be going into the consequences of it, and in the consequences of it I will be writing, and I will also draw a world map. People who do not know how to draw a world map, this channel will be giving you how to draw a world map. Already how to draw an India map techniques have been put. So, there I am talking about a world map will be also given in this, and I will be showing where things are, and here I would probably talk about the consequences to the land, to the water, to the air and hydrosphere. If needed, I will go for 2.5 pages. That's all we are allowed in this. Do we get that? This is what I just thought of telling you, that you should read something, and after reading, what should you do? You should be able to write something. Now, if you have understood this, I would want to end this video at this. This is almost 20 minutes, but before that, let me show you the answers what students have written, and you be the evaluator for some time and tell me how did you like these answers. So, this is the first answer: explain global climate change. So, I have removed the name of the person. So, this person has written the answer. You can see global climate change. weather phenomena, precipitation, causes of climate change, inappropriate agriculture method. Come on, this is not the most important cause of it. Remember, the causes are natural and man-made. Stubble burning, industrial household, just 2 points. One is because of agriculture and second is because of industry. Do you think it is because of that? I just told you what is it, but this is a beginner level answer. This is a beginner level answer, and as I told you, in a beginner level answer I don't expect much, so this is not correct. Next is, the person is going for anthropogenic effects, food security, diseases. Now effects, the question was consequences. Okay, so anthropogenic effect. So the person has just written something, no diagram, nothing. Let us look at another answer. Explain global climate change. So IPCC in the 5th assessment report has highlighted that global warming has caused this. Industrial revolution is this. But where is climate change? This person also does not tell us. See, the first part of the question is explain what it is. What to batayenge? Then we will come to the why and how. Instead of that, this person has just quoted a report and wants to talk about that. It's okay. Now let's look at the causes. Causes are natural causes. Various studies have proved that Earth's temperature varies in a cyclic manner, Milankovitch cycle. Just that? Oh, there are multiple natural causes. This person has just written that. And anthropogenic causes, let us look at that. Let me go out of the screen so that you can view it better. Anthropogenic, however, various anthropogenic activities are there. Greenhouse gas emission, destruction of natural sink, urbanization, that's all. And now the person is talking about consequences. I think consequences, but the question was not global warming, question was climate change. Glacier melt, erratic weather, just this. And the answer is over. Therefore, an offset the loss. So my advice to this student, and both the students, was that you stick to the beginner level. You first need to understand that answer writing is not just about loading information. Answer writing is about showing your wisdom about the topic, addressing its different aspects and compelling the examiner to give more marks. These people did not compel me to give marks. Do you want to see another answer which compelled me to give marks? Let us look at this answer. Okay. Account for increase and intensity. No, not this. Which one was this? Let us look at this. Explain global climate change, its causes. So one of the most vital concerns is this: global climate change is a phenomena. It has natural reasons, it has anthropogenic reasons, and then there is a diagram into that, and there is a cycle also the person has explained, and then it goes into the end. The need of the hour is to stay committed. So something has been written more on this. However, I would still want an answer which would look like this. I hope you got a structure on this one. So you must have a context, you must have a body, and somewhere you must, in the conclusion part, give us a way forward. A way forward where you can talk about global collaboration in the Paris Accord, or on part of India we have INDC, nationally intended nationally determined contributions. You can very well write that. So that would have made this answer powerful. This is the first answer. After this I am going to discuss the second answer, but I would like to stop this video part 1 at this one. Second answer will be discussed in the part 2 of this video. So stopping this video for part 1.